welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas December reset. Hurrying up a little bit. I feel like this is the most deep we've ever got. I'm gonna do my reading journal. What I'm going to do is clean my room. This is the last time we're gonna be doing it for 2024. Hey guys, it's Emma. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to day 2 of Vlogmas. In today's video, we're going to be doing a December reset. As you guys know, if you have followed me throughout this year, I do a reset at the beginning of every single month. It literally just helps me reset for the new month, and I always feel so much better doing this, so I know what my month is gonna look like, and it's like starting fresh. So this is the last time we're gonna be doing it for 2024, which is crazy. First, we're going to go to my Notion. I usually start with my Notion just because I feel like that's what helps me be more organized. So I'm sharing my screen so you guys can see everything. So last month it was obviously November, so let's just change this to December. We shouldn't be doing this first. I literally never do this first. Okay, cute. Well, we never really start with this first, but to go back, let's look at the goals I set in November and see if I completed any. So read 5 books. I think I actually read 4 books in the month of November, and that was because I was reading some for Vlogmas, which you guys will see in a video coming soon, the books that I read. Yeah, so I just checked. I only read 4 books in November, 3 of them for a video that is coming out for Vlogmas, and one of them was just because I wanted to read it, and that book was Once Upon a Broken Heart. I have the physical copy, but it's in my room, so I don't really feel like going over there to get it. But I did read Once Upon a Broken Heart, and I gave that 3.5 stars. So not a super high rating that it usually gets, but I also feel like I was reading this book super slow, and I think it's because I just hadn't read a fantasy book. When I read fantasy books, I feel like I read them super slow because obviously it's like very different for me. Like I usually read romance or like thriller, like those are kind of easier to read for me. And I don't know why, but a fantasy book I always take longer to read. And it's not that Once Upon a Broken Heart was like hard to like understand or anything. It was super easy. It's like this girl that has, or she's like, I actually couldn't even tell you like the plot of what happened. I just know like towards the end, the other half of the book, like the last half of the book, I know I was entertained, and that's when I started like really enjoying it. So I gave it 3.5 stars. I definitely do want to read the rest of the series for sure. I think the second book is like everyone's favorite, so I'm excited to get to that one. I already have the physical copy, so I definitely could read it whenever. But yeah, that's the only book that I like read for fun in November, and I don't know, I just wasn't really in the mood to read that much in November. So I didn't read 5 books, but I did read 4. So not that bad. Learned 2 line dances. I learned 2 line dances like as soon as the month began, and I continue to learn more. It's just so easy to learn a line dance because a line dance is probably like 24, like 32 counts, and then it just repeats the whole song. So it's not that hard to learn. It's just so easy to learn it like super quick. I'm also like a fast learner, so it's just easy for me to learn line dances, and I love doing it because obviously I love line dancing. So the more dances I learn, the more I get to dance whenever I go. Watch 2 movies. I did watch Wicked. Oh, I started binge watching like all of my old like favorite like comfort movies. I watched How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days, Burlesque. I think I watched both of those like 2 in a row. I also watched Wicked. That's about it. But I didn't watch any movies from my want to watch list. I watched like a new release movie and like old movies that I've already watched that are my favorite. So I guess I did watch 2 movies, but I didn't watch the movies off of my list. So we did not have a picnic because we were gonna have a Friendsgiving like picnic, and we never ended up having that. But we did have a Friendsgiving, me, Marcella, and Julia. Even though it was 3 of us, we still had it, and it still counts because those are literally my sisters. So those were my goals for November. Now we're gonna go to December and set some December goals. What is this? Oh, this is from last year, I guess. Well, I could take this. I could take a lot of this stuff out because a lot of this stuff was like when I was still in high school, but the rest of this stuff can stay. So for goals, let's see. I think I definitely do want to read 5 books. I have a lot of videos and like books that I want to read before the year ends because as you guys saw, if you guys watched my last video, I have my December TBR, and then I have a bunch of books that I want to get to before the year ends, which it's like 10 books that I want to get to, and I only read 10 books 1 month this year. It's very rare that that's gonna happen again, but if it does, it does. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But that would be great if I got to a lot of books that I wanna read. So 5 books, it's gonna stay there. I don't know why I put start working out last year in December. Why was I gonna start working out in December? Like, I'm not gonna put that on my goals right now because it's the last month. Like, I guess, like, you can start whenever, but I just, like, whenever I do my new year reset, I have a lot of goals. Like, I have a lot of new things that I wanna add to my yearly goals. And we're gonna be doing the same things, like 25 things to do in 2025, 25 books to read in 2025. And I'm thinking about splitting, like making different videos. I want to put like making like yearly, monthly goals, setting up my Notion, like that's gonna be a video. Or I'm not gonna say that's gonna be a video. It might. Like, I'm thinking about doing separate videos because I feel like if I put it all in one video, it might be a little too much, like too chaotic. Because then I want to do like resetting my book, like all my book stuff for the year. So like my reading journal, I have to start from fresh. You know, I have to do all of that, like for my books. And then I also want to go through my closet, clear out clothes for the new year. And because, as if you guys probably know, my closet is like so packed, like packed to the brim. So I would love to get rid of some clothes and be honest with myself, like, do I really wear this? Have I worn this in a year? If not, like, get rid of it. So I'm thinking about it. I actually want to like go through my clothes, try them all on, whatever. I just want to rant about 2025 and we're not even there yet. So let's calm down. But anyways, December goals. Let's see. Let's go to my... Oh, it's the video that comes out after this, I think. I made a winter bucket list, so we can look at that. That kind of sucks. I'm gonna look at it without you guys looking at it. Or let's actually just go to my 24 things to do in 2024 and see the things that I haven't done. I haven't done a lot of these things, so let's see, maybe we could add a few. I want to do a PowerPoint night with my friends, so we could definitely add that. We're gonna put Friendsmas because I'm definitely having a Friendsmas with my bigger group of friends because I think I just said Friendsmas with a lisp. I'm doing Friendsmas with my friends because we are doing Secret Santa. So yeah, I think the day this video goes out, we're having it the 14th, so. Yeah, let's see what else. Let's go back to the 24 things to do. I'm gonna see if I could orchestrate a day with my family at Amelia Park because I think it would be so nice, especially when the weather starts getting like a little chillier here, to go to the park that we live by. Maybe have like Christmas there, Christmas Day, not Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, because we always on Christmas Day we go to my grandma's house and we kind of hang out there, and my grandma's house is by that park, so we could literally go to the park and, you know, chill there. I think it'll be cute. So I'm gonna put that, see if I could convince my family to do that. Watch all movies on my list. I really wish it could happen, but it's just not gonna happen because I have so many movies. Let's go look at the movies on my list. I am not gonna watch that many movies in December because I'm in the mood to watch like Christmas like themed movies. I definitely want to watch Hunger Games. Like, maybe I could watch that. Let's watch 2 movies off of my list. So it has to be 2 movies off my list. We'll see if we complete it. I don't really have any other goals that I want to set for December. Again, it's the end of the year, so it's not like I want to start like anything new since the year's about to end. That's just me. If you want to start working out, doing something new at the end of the year, great for you, but I just would like to reset at the beginning of the like new year. So I think that's all I'm gonna put there. And I'm not gonna do a December vision board because, again, in the video you guys are gonna see tomorrow, I made a vision board. So I'm not gonna put a vision board for December, but I do have to update the calendar with everything going on because I do still have classes. I don't even know what my last class is. I actually have to check that. Please ignore the lawnmower or like whatever that is outside. It's so annoying. Okay, my last day, the 7th. Wait, this is my last week. Tomorrow is my last day. I didn't know this. I didn't know this information. That's great information. Well, anyway, I'm going to update this calendar and then I'll be back to show you guys everything that I have going on in December, and then yeah, we'll go from there. Okay, so I just finished doing the calendar. It was super quick considering that I also didn't have to do the vision board. This is what it looks like. So it is actually my friend's birthday today, so I put his birthday. Tomorrow is my last day of class, so I put that. The team that I used to be on, they're going to regionals on Sunday, so I'm thinking about going to see them. Then I put work for Monday. I did go to work yesterday, so we'll actually just put that right there. But we have work on Mondays, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. And then obviously there's break, so I don't have to go during the break. Then I have a little Christmas hangout sleepover. Let me actually put sleepover with Marcella and Julia, so I put that. And then we have Friendsmas the next day with our other friends. Then I have my brother-in-law's birthday, Christmas Eve, Christmas, and then New Year's Eve. So yeah, that's kind of what it looks like. Looking like a chill month, which I love to see. I usually, every time I see like a chaotic month, I'm like, great, this is gonna be a little crazy. Actually, I have a nail appointment. Let's put that. I almost forgot to put this. Before I forget and she kills me, let me put that. Because I literally get my nails done with my friend and she's the best. So nail appointment, the 19th, and then yeah, I think that's about it. So that's what my December looks like. Now what I'm gonna do, I think I'm gonna do my reading journal since I'm already here. Okay, what do I have to update? I have to update my 24 books to read in 2024. I think I read Once Upon a Broken Heart and that's it. So Once Upon a Broken Heart, read that one. And then I have to update my monthly reading, my books that I read in November. I have to update this. I haven't chose between the Fake Out and the Dixon Rule. And then I have to choose between those. And then I have to choose between these. Like, I still have to update this. So I still have to do this because at the end of the year, I need to have the best book that I read. Eventually. Yeah, we'll see about that. And then I need to update my physical TBR shelf if I could find wherever that is. Oh, right here. I have to update my physical TBR shelf, kind of color in the ones that I have. And I have to update it because I bought the 2 Christmas books that I showed you guys in the December TBR video that came out right before this. Bought those 2 Christmas books, so I have to add those just in case I read them. I love how this came out. This is probably the cutest page I have on my reading journal, but I have to update this even though I read, actually I don't even have to update this because I read none of those books off my November TBR. And then I have to put the books I read in November, which that's only really gonna take up 1 page. And then I have to do my December spread. Yeah, I'm gonna do all of that right now. I actually have to go and print them out. I usually have them printed out, but I wasn't prepared this time, so I'm gonna go do that, and then yeah, you guys will just be watching me update my reading journal. I just realized I wasn't recording, but I colored in Once Upon a Broken Heart and I just did my monthly reading, but we're gonna continue. Okay guys, so it's a little later now. My camera stopped recording when I was doing my reading journal because it died, but I'm here to show you guys what the end product looked like. I did end up coloring in Once Upon a Broken Heart. I tried to do it in a different color, but it looks like the green that I colored in because I do a different color for every month. Yeah, but I guess it's gonna have to stay like that. And I only have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 books that I would need to read this month to complete the 24 books to read in 2024. If I'm being honest, I don't think I'm gonna read all 7, but I think I could definitely knock off a few. Like, I think so. That's that. And then for the monthly reading, I told you guys I did 4. And then for this, I finally I wrote in my favorites. I just had decided because the Fake Out and the Dixon Rule were both 4.5 stars to me. They were so good. But I find myself thinking more about the Fake Out than the Dixon Rule. I feel like the Dixon Rule was just like a fun time. I remember like surprisingly liking that book because there were like deeper topics in it and I was like, this is kind of a good book. But I just think so much more about the Fake Out because he was so golden retriever, like flirty, and I loved him. So I picked that one for my favorite. But at the end of the day, Reckless still won because I love that book so much. I already had filled this out last month between Wild Love and Wild Eyes. I picked Wild Eyes, and then For this month, or for last month, November, I put Collided because I rated that book 4 stars and that was a really good book. Oh, I just kind of spoiled it. But in a video coming soon, like very soon, you guys are gonna see that I read that book in the video, and that was like my highest rated book in November. Colored in some books on my physical TBR. I also had to add these two at the top, the 2 Christmas books. I added them at the top, which hopefully we'll be able to color those off this month, so that I like added them and I colored them off, so it's like I didn't really get books. Girl math, you know what I mean? But I colored in Collided. What else? Once Upon a Broken Heart, and there was another one. This is what the, oh wait, yeah, I didn't read any books from my November TBR, like I said, so this didn't get colored in. And then this is what the spread looked like. I read 4 books, so that is that. And then my December spread, this has to go like head to head with my November. Like, it looks so cute. Are you kidding? Love how this came out. And then my December TBR page looks like this. I just did like the little things that I always do here. I just added lights, and then I put a present, and then I put my December TBR. So yeah, that is everything for the reading journal. And then what I usually do is I either read or write or like journal with like a prompt in here, because I read a chapter once that it had a lot of things that I could low-key like write my thoughts on, like further elaborate, if that makes any sense. So I don't know if I'm gonna read or journal about something in this book, but I think I'm gonna do this now. And also, I forgot earlier, I knew I was missing something to do my phone wallpaper. It's literally still set up for like Thanksgiving and everything, like the pies in the background, you guys could clearly see. But I'm gonna change this, or we'll do that after. Let's pick what we're gonna do here. I don't know if I'm gonna read. I think I wanna read something since it's the last month, and then we could probably journal at the beginning of the new year. I think I'm gonna pick a chapter to read, and then after I read it, I'll update you guys, and I'll also show you what my new wallpaper looks like, because you guys don't need to see me like do that. You guys will see like the end product. So I'm gonna pick a chapter to read from, and then I'll start reading it. Okay guys, so I finished reading and I finished my phone wallpaper too, so I'm gonna show you guys what it looks like. So you could tell it's the Christmas time. I have the calendar set as red to kind of match the background, and then I have this little widget that says shop around the corner, and it's like Christmas themed. They're in these little mailbox that probably isn't Christmas themed, but it looks like it, like sending like mail to Santa. Then the next page, it has this widget that says rocking around the Christmas tree on a little record, and then this is just the Winnie the Pooh characters decorating a tree. Literally so cute. This is what the background looks like, so it's just a bunch of bows and wreath as a background, so really like it. Super cute and simple, but perfect for Christmas. We're gonna talk about the chapter I read. So like I said, I was actually tearing up towards the end because this is something, I picked this chapter obviously on purpose because recently I've just been kind of reliving a lot of stuff that has happened to me in the past. And it's like not even the past, like at the beginning of this year and like around this time last year, there was just a lot of stuff. There has been a lot of stuff that I've gone through, and everybody goes through stuff. I'm not like trying to be like, oh, like I've just gone through so much. Like everyone goes through stuff, even if it's just like coffee spilling on you. Like everyone goes through something, and it's up to you like how you take it. I have gone through, I'm gonna start crying. No, I'm not. I've gone through more than I've had to because I'm only 18, so it's like kind of sucks some of the stuff that I have been through. I don't know why I feel like crying. It's also because, again, like I said, I've been reliving a lot of the stuff that's happening, and a lot of stuff just gets brought up a lot. It's part of the reason why I wanted to stop like really going on social media as much. Like I literally think I'm gonna start putting like a time limit on my phone. At the end of the November, I was gonna come out with a video, me like on FaceTime with you guys, like getting ready with me, like just like me talking to you guys. And in that video, I was going to just rant, because of course I rant to my friends all the time, but they have heard the story, and you know, they always agree with me. Like, yeah, every story that I tell them, it's like crazy. And I wish I could tell you guys everything, but obviously like the people and situations I'm gonna be talking about, the people that know me or were involved in the situation are gonna know what I'm talking about. And it's just like, I don't want to talk about things to make other people mad. I want to talk about them just so people see that everyone goes through something, and there are not bad people, but people do bad things, and maybe there are some bad people, but people do bad things and still think they're in the right, and it's just so crazy. But reading this chapter really helps. Literally the first little paragraph, because it's in like numbers, it's numbered. There are, how many? There's 8 little paragraphs. So we're gonna go through all of them, but basically this chapter is titled Why You Should Thank the People Who Have Hurt You Most in Life. And the first paragraph says, the people who were able to hurt you were also the people whom you were able to love the most. I say this all the time because I'm known as like oversensitive, dramatic, like I know, but I've learned that like it is such a blessing to feel that way, like to be able to feel so much about something that you show it so much, if that makes sense. This saying, like, the people who have hurt you the most are the people that you loved the most. And obviously it's sad, like circumstances that happen, but the fact that you were able to love and care about someone so much that then when they hurt you, you were able to feel that way, you should look at it in the positive way. Obviously, it does hurt a little, like you could see it in the negative way for a bit, but eventually you just have to see it in a more positive light. And it also said in that paragraph, it said, for someone to have that much importance in your life is sacred, even when it goes askew. And it's so true. Like my first love, now I'm able to look back on that and appreciate that I was able to love a boy that much. Like now, it feels so foreign to me because I obviously have talked to guys and like none of them, not to hype up that first guy too much, but none of them have felt the same. So when I think back on that first relationship, it's nice to just like appreciate it and be like, I'm so happy that I was able to love someone that much, and like I know I can do it. The next one said, difficult relationships often push you to change your behavior for the better. In feeling helpless, In feeling helpless, you learn to take care of yourself. In feeling used, you recognize your worth. And then there's a bunch of like different examples, like in feeling this and feeling that. It is true, like when you're in a difficult relationship or friendship, you notice things that you don't really like about that person or about how you are around that person, and you usually notice it after, but it helps you like learn about yourself. Then in number 4, it said, you don't come across these people by accident. And then in that paragraph, it said, it often takes the contrast of pain to completely appreciate what we have, and it often takes hate to incite self-recognition. People say like, oh, it's so sad, like you go through something difficult and then you have to notice what's your worth, but I'm a strong believer in everything happens for a reason. So stuff like that, like when things happen, it obviously tough things happen, it's obviously hard to go through that, but then after it's like, this happened for a reason, you know, you're supposed to learn and grow from this, or like whatever situation happened or like you've been through. So yeah. And then the next one says, even if it wasn't your fault, it is your problem, and you get to choose what you do in the aftermath. You have every right to rage and rant and hate every iota of someone's being, but you also have the right to choose to be at peace. That one, I feel like it was really trying to call me out, because one thing about me is if someone does me dirty, like if someone does me really dirty, like not if like I got out of like a situationship and like we ended and I should hate that person just because we ended. Like if I ended on good terms with someone, like I'm not gonna hate them, and I'm not gonna be like, oh, like why did we stop being friends? Like my ex-best friend, this is so weird to talk about, but like I'm out of high school and a lot of these people I feel like don't watch my videos, but one of my two of my ex-best friends got with guys that I used to talk to. After those situations, I kind of just did not like them, felt a little bit of rage, and I would rant to my friends all the time. And it was obviously hard because like in high school you have to see these people and it gets reminded all the time. That's why like I didn't love high school, because of like all the drama and like everything that happened and having to see like everyone every single day. It was just like hard. After a while, I was just like, you know what? I'm glad that stuff like this happened, because if they wouldn't have done that, they would have stayed in my life and I wouldn't have known like what they're capable of doing without even caring about like my feelings. Like people just do things to please themselves and don't think about anyone else. So obviously people like that you don't want in your life. So if situations happen where they show you their true self, you should honestly be grateful for, because you obviously don't want a person like that in your life. And then the next one says, the people who have been through a lot are often the ones who are wiser and kinder and happier overall. They've completely acknowledged their feelings and they've learned and they've grown. They are more conscious of who they let into their lives. And there's like a lot more written, but I highlighted all of that I just said. But yeah, it's so true. Like once you go through different like scenarios in your life, you're more conscious of who you let in your life. And that's not to say like when you meet new people to be like completely closed off. It's to not trust them automatically. Like obviously like be open to having conversation with these people, but you just have to like, I don't know, you just like learn to read a room and read a person. It just becomes easier now, and I've noticed that after like the amount of like friends I've lost, like guys I've talked to. So yeah, stuff like that. And then the next one says, it showed you what you deserve. That's what happens when we finally get past hurtful experiences and terrible relationships. We realize we are worth more, and so we choose more. We realize how we gave someone our mind and heart space when we didn't have to. Again, it's the same thing. Like the fact that you were able to give someone your love when you didn't have to like care so much for that person or like love someone that much, you should be proud of yourself for that no matter what happened. And by going through so much like in your life, you learn like what you want and what you don't want. And that's what I have told myself, and my mom has also told me this, like even though you've talked to like a few guys, it lets you learn what you do and don't like in a guy, and like that it'll help you find your like perfect partner. Because a lot of people just get with someone and they're like, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life with this person, and like maybe that is their soulmate and like they just got lucky, good for you, but unfortunately that has not happened. So you go through stuff, like you learn like what you do and do want and what you do and don't deserve. And then the last one says, truly coming to peace with anything is being able to say thank you for the experience. To fully move on from anything, you must be able to recognize what purpose it serves and how it made you better. To fully accept your life, the highs, lows, good, bad, it is to be grateful for all of it, and to know that the good teaches you well, but the bad teaches you better. And that's literally what I just said. Like whatever bad you go through, it teaches you what you don't want. And for like relationships, for example, it teaches you, if you go through a bad relationship, it teaches you what you don't want and what you're asking that person for. Like you just learn more about yourself and what you want in relationships. And about friendships, obviously friendships, I feel like friendships are so much harder because I'm gonna get emotional talking about my best friend. This is so weird. I'm getting so deep right now, but I feel like this is the most deep we've ever got. I feel like my current best friends, Julia and Marcella, are literally my soulmates, like in friend form. I love them. Those are my sisters for life, and I mean that with every like ounce in me. I love those girls so much, and they, whoa, my voice is like cracking. Like they make it known, whether that's through sending TikToks, like just saying it randomly, through their actions. Like it's always known that we do care for each other and love each other in some sort of way. After everything I've gone through like with other friendships, it's made me just appreciate them more. And that's like one of the ones that I said, that's like it often takes the contrast of pain to completely appreciate what we have, and it often takes hate to incite whatever. The bad friendships that I've gone through just made me appreciate my closer friends, Julia and Marcella, even more. I know that they would never do stuff like that, and it always went back to that too. Like anytime someone did something, even if it was like a guy friend of mine, I was like, well, Marcella and Julia would never do that. If Marcella and Julia, and like this is a whole group thing, like if I got with one of their exes or they got with one of mine, we know that we would not be friends. Like that would not be okay, and like we know that we would never do that in the first place. So yeah, it just made me like appreciate them more. Like when you appreciate your friends more, you think back to like what happened, and again you're like just thankful for what happened to have grown and appreciated the stuff around you more. Yeah. That was a really good chapter. Obviously I went on a whole rant about, you know, how much that made me feel. I'm putting a star next to it. I usually put a star next to the ones that I really like, so obviously I really like that one, so I put a star next to that one. Yeah, I got pretty deep with you guys. I never really talk about stuff like that on YouTube just because like I know some of the people from like high school watch my videos, and it's like I don't want people to take what I'm saying as like, oh, like she's trying to call me out. Like I literally have 3,000 subscribers. Most of these people don't know who you are, who I am. Like they're just watching me. Yeah, I don't say things to like call people out. It's just like nice to talk about stuff in my life and let you guys hear it, let you guys know if anyone's going through something. Like, no one is alone, everyone goes through something. Yeah, so just feels a little better. And also feels a little better because I was supposed to do a rant in November and I never ended up doing it. So that was my little mini rant in this video. And yeah, that is almost everything we are doing for this December reset. Now what I'm going to do is clean my room. I usually do this like towards the beginning of the video, but I left it for last minute. I have no clue why. If you guys can't see, I have a new stack on my bed. I need to put all those clothes away. I also have like clothes that I just got. I don't think I'm gonna put those away yet because, like I said, in the new year I kind of want to go through my closet and get rid of things. So I think until the new year those clothes are gonna stay in bags, which sounds terrible, but like I think it's for the best instead of adding more clothes to my closet and then it's gonna be harder to look through. So I think what I'm gonna do is kind of clean up whatever is on my floor and things that are in places that they shouldn't be, put those clothes away. So I'm probably gonna put something on the TV. I don't know what. I didn't finish the movie I was watching in the living room when I was doing my reading journal, so I might just play that. The movie that I was watching is called Holidays. I actually watched it last year. I don't know, it was a good movie and it's like a comfort Christmas movie for me now. I was just like playing it again. But I think I have like 40 or something minutes left, which that's not how long it's gonna take for me to clean my room. But just so I could have something playing on the TV while I clean up, like a distraction, that's what's gonna happen. So yeah, I'm gonna clean my room right now. Pantalones, good job. Pantalones de Pantalones. Shocker, I don't have hangers for these clothes. What do you buy? You're saying bye, you're staying here? Yeah. Let's go. Let's go. Okay, so as you guys can probably tell, I finished cleaning up my room a little bit. I picked up some stuff off the floor, things that weren't where they supposed to be. Let me put this dispo camera in the drawer. But like I said, I don't have hangers for those clothes, so they're just gonna have to stay on my bed until I wear clothes and then I have hangers and I hang those up. Just a cycle. It's literally just a cycle. This is what I mean when I say I need to get rid of clothes. Yeah, that is going to be the end of this video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this December reset and the second day of Vlogmas. Make sure to give this video a like, subscribe, turn on your post notifications so you know when I post my next video, which is tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for Vlogmas Day 3. Bye guys!